Kalalayam Yahweh Basham Yoshai Basham Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders who teach us this truth, which is a 100% truth. Salutation to the elect scattered abroad, some who look like the heathen. And shalom again, this is Banaya. And fair use is in effect. This will be a very short one, I hope. Oh, shit.
The MMR was the problem, but then we got out on the bus. We took a bus and we traveled around America, listening to parents around America, what had happened to them when they vaccinated their children. And what we saw was utterly horrific. We saw so much death following baby vaccines. These parents would vaccinate their perfectly healthy child, and then their child would die. We saw a video at the beginning of this about the whooping cough. I've interviewed so many parents, and one comes to mind, Carrie Bundy's baby. At 4 months old, she pleaded with the doctor, should I vaccinate my child? He's premature. Oh, yes, said the pediatrician. If you don't vaccinate your baby, he could die of whooping cough. She vaccinated that baby, and he was dead in his crib. Following that, that is the same story we hear over and over again. These childhood vaccinations, the people of America are telling us they are not safe and effective. We are seriously concerned at Children's Health Defense about the disinformation and misinformation out there, being told these vaccines are safety trialed. The safety studies are so good. Yet all we see is death and destruction over and over again. Babies, teenagers, HPV Gardasil, their ovaries are shutting down. They cannot have children anymore. The parents are reporting paralysis. Children paralyzed from the waist down. You shout out about polio to us. I have never seen so many crippled children around America. So many children in wheelchairs, unable to walk, talk, speak, on ventilation. Parents are trying to tell their story while putting a feeding...
As I remind you again,
is this man, he is bringing this thing home to help us understand how all of this is connected.
This is not my content.
And when I tell you, it is mind-blowing. This video is about 7 minutes long total from the moment I came on screen. 7 minutes. You're going to have to share this because the algorithm is not going to push it out. It is over 3 minutes long. Share, share, share. I promise it's worth your time. All right, here you go.
Okay, everyone, buckle up. I'm about to rapid fire on how Zionist Jewish supremacist tentacles have been metastasizing and infecting our planet in practically every major conflict in our modern era, which starts from their cancerous inception in the 1800s and then modernized by Theodor Herzl in 1897. You guys are all hearing about the wildfires in Argentina being started by Israeli tourists, all with the backing of this treasonous Zionist rat bastard who happens to be the Trump and Israel-loving president of Argentina, colluding with Israelis to make Argentina yet another little Israel as they burn down one of the most beautiful regions.
So yes, I stop that. And I go into the scriptures. As I said, this was a short one. 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babbling and opposition of science, far as it's so-called. So pseudos. It's going to pseudos, fake science that they are pushing on these, in these vax, or these jobs, so to speak. Okay. So I'll go into the... You can go and watch these videos for yourself on Instagram. Okay. I show you the titles and everything. Daniel 4, Daniel 11 and 14. And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of thy people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall. So as they are telling you, they are pushing their agenda to bring forth, they say, the Acapolis. They're trying to bring forth the Messiah. Okay. So that's why they are pushing certain agendas to bring forth the Messiah into the earth. Job 9 and 24. Who are these people? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, not where and who is he. So he has hid the real identity of the judges, the real judges of the earth. And he's pushing himself as the judge and his people as the judges. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So now we connect the sword and the wicked together. So who is the sword? Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live. So his sword is many things. His sword is every weapon that is developed. From the medical weapon, which is going into pharmakia, to the actual sword and gun and everything after that. Any weapon, that's what he does. He's the man of weapon. And who is? Genesis 25:25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and called his name Esau. But I'll start before that, where's mom? And the children struggled together, 22, within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. So she went to inquire of a prophet. And Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowel. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. So that is talking about them. And now it going to his skin. Okay. Like a hairy garment, which you have these red cows, are so called, yeah, that were going around and still are. So after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, so the sword, okay, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So Jacob was more like an intellect, while he was a wild man, and he has proved that in many ways. Revelation 13. This is what he's pushing towards. Revelation 13 13 and 16. This is what his motive is. And he calls all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their right and or in their forehead. So he's trying to mark us as slaves. The whole world, to trample the whole world as slaves. So he's in full control. And now I go to what is promised for him. This is his promise. So Obadiah 1 and 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So everybody despise him, but they are also afraid of him because of his weapon, his finances, and his poison, ability to create poisons. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Because he's so high, who can bring him down? You know, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said Yahweh. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy. If you go to Psalms 83, that will give you who his confederates are. So they will deceive him and prevail against thee, they that eat thy bread, because they are of the same mindset. They have been learning from him, right? And they will bring him down. Shall I not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mouth of Esau? You see, he has shit in his nest, so to speak. He has been doing that. And he will be destroyed. He will be destroyed. I'll start at 17. So Obadiah 1 and 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau a stubble. So he is going to be stick for burning, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For Yahweh hath spoken. Give all praises to Yahweh Basham Yoshai Basham Rakakadash. Shalom.